Hey everybody, we're back playing Spewer. And here we are, we're about to pick up a new kind of pill here that turns our vomit red. And the thing about the red vomit is that it actually, as the title of the level says, gives your spray some added oomph. Meaning you can rocket yourself quite a bit higher and shoot the vomit quite a bit farther. And something weird happened here, like the vomit got stuck on the side of the platform and rolled up really slowly and barely pushed the fruit off. I don't really know how that works, but I think it might be a little bit of a glitch in the physics. That when you stick something on a wall, it very slowly rolls in one direction rather than sliding down. It just it'll move whichever direction to hit the wall. So it's sort of a bit of a handicap there. Anyway, but yeah, as you can see here, with a third of a bar of puke, you can vomit yourself all the way up to the top of the level. This one's a little bit tricky. You gotta make sure that you spray yourself out and then immediately start spraying down and back so you can change your direction. And actually using the arrow keys in midair will actually help you there because it helps change your direction. In the same way that you can jump and then change direction with the arrow keys, you can also change direction with the puke, and you have to do both in order for that level to really work. Now this one's a little bit tricky. You have to almost died for a second there. I kind of missed my jump. But you have to spray down a little bit sooner than you think you need to, so in order to slow your fall and direct yourself into that area down there. Because you can't just float down. You'll end up falling far too fast. Now this one's actually a really easy level. You just wait, and these acid balls will eat through these blocks, and then fall down and activate the switches in turn. And then all you have to do is run over, grab the fruit, and then spray the switches on the ceiling. I guess this is basically like a switch tutorial or something, I don't know, because this is a very, very easy level for this late in the game. But yeah, you basically that's it. Not a whole lot of challenge there. Let's see, where are we going? Midway through chapter 3? We're getting through this game pretty quickly, since for this only being the second video. Now this one you gotta kind of think about what you're doing before you go there, and I actually sprayed a bit too much puke on the right side, but it doesn't matter. As long as you hit all 4 switches, you're fine. And now you see I sprayed a little bit too much, and so I'm gonna have kind of a hard time getting up onto this other side. I couldn't quite get the momentum the first time, and I think I changed the timing just a bit on my second attempt, and that helped me significantly. Let's watch and see. Yeah, if you spray a little bit sooner, it sort of propels you upward just a little bit sooner. Yeah, you don't have to worry about shooting yourself back out once you're in there. It'll delete the little block in the bottom, and you can just walk right out into the puke waiting for you. We're doing that filler. Oh, this one must be tough. I died. Oh no, I didn't actually die in this one. I started over because I ran out of puke. Anyway, but you want to spray up here, and you actually can knock out both of those up there, despite how far off they are. With the amount of momentum that you can put behind the red puke, you actually can spray it hard enough that it'll go all the way up there, and then push itself across, just because the puke behind it is pushing it along. Now here you're going to want to eat up as much of the puke as you can, and then go over to the right one on the bottom before you go over to the left one on the bottom. And the reason is, if you did the left one first, your puke is all going to get caught up in that U-bend, and you won't be able to get it out of there. Whereas if you do the right one first, it'll fill up this pillar, and then it'll sink right down, and you'll be able to eat basically all of it back up, and you can use it on the left side. So if you do them in the right order, you don't run out of puke, which is why I had to start over. I ended up doing the left side first instead of the right. And now you just gotta kind of spray the rest of your puke into the little hole at the top there. This is an interesting dynamic for a Flash game, because I've played very, very few Flash games where you used both the mouse and the arrow keys as ASDW, whatever, as part of the main control scheme. I've played very few games that used both. I mean, I've had a lot of point and click and a lot of games where you use the arrow keys and maybe a couple other keys for jump and fire or whatever else, but I've never played a game before that I can think of that you use both the mouse and the arrow keys as part of a movement scheme. Because in order to play this game, you have to effectively be able to use your mouse with one hand while using the arrow keys with the other hand, and you have to have enough coordination to actually play the game and be good at it. Get the timing down and all that. And then when you're trying to use the space bar at the same time, you gotta kind of reach your thumb over from that left hand. And it's kind of weird. I'm doing all this on my laptop. It's the only computer I ever really use. I've used it for all my LPing, recording, and whatever else. But I've got a touchpad. I don't have a wireless mouse or anything like that. So I was just using the touchpad throughout this entire game. And I mean, as you can see, I did just fine. It's not really that much of a handicap. I did have to turn the sensitivity up a little bit so that I could move. Wow, don't be going to sleep. What are you doing? Oh, this computer, man. I swear, I mean, I must not. I don't think I let it sleep enough at night, because it's always falling asleep on me during the day, man. He's getting deprived. Anyway, here we got 5 switches up there on the ceiling, and you do not want to have to jump up there and get closer. So what you basically want to do is just, when you go to the second side, just spray as much as you can, and it'll actually push itself across the ceiling, and you'll be able to pick up that middle switch without actually having to jump on any of these platforms. Because believe me, that's a really easy way to die. Anyway, now we rocket ourselves to the exit. That's not hard at all. Now you'll notice on some of these later levels, there gets to be a little bit of slowdown. And because the more varieties of puke there are in the level, and the more puke there actually is on the field, the slower the game is going to run. But when you're playing the game just by yourself, you won't notice it. You won't notice it at all. It's really not an issue. I mentioned that in the first video, that the physics run exactly like you'd think they would, and it's really predictable and nice. It doesn't get choppy. It doesn't kill you, you know, because you lose a frame rate or something like that. However, if you're doing what I'm doing and you're doing screen capture at the same time, your computer's sort of trying to do 2 things at once, and you will lose a little bit of your control in the game and that sort of thing. And so, again, just another reason that LPing is more difficult than actually just playing, because if you're doing it on a computer, it slows down whatever it is you're running. And I've actually been watching an LP recently by Gix G17. He's actually my newest subscription. You guys may have noticed, but I have very few subscriptions. I'm currently subscribed to 7 YouTubers, and they're all either very good LPers, personal friends of mine, or very well known on YouTube. And I'm pretty selective actually as to whose videos I watch. This level's tricky. This one's gonna take you a few tries, I guarantee it. I actually managed to get it on my first try here. This is the first recording attempt of this level. I was pretty impressed with myself for getting it on the first attempt, but I had played the game once before, so I knew what the goal was. But anyway, I've been watching this LP by Gix G17, and he is, I could describe him as a pretty cool dude. He's doing an LP of Morrowind and Oblivion, which I haven't actually mentioned this yet in the video, but I intend to do an LP of Oblivion this summer. So, there's the official announcement. You guys know now. So, leave me a comment, let me know how you feel about that. I think that most of you will enjoy watching an LP of Oblivion. It's a game that I really enjoy playing, but I'm having a bit of difficulty deciding exactly how I want to do it. I'm going to be posting another video for that purpose to ask you guys a couple questions, and that'll go up in the next couple days. I'm not sure when I'm going to make it. But, yeah, so Oblivion's going to be happening this summer. I'm pretty much decided that that's what it's going to be once I finish a couple of other games that we're right in the middle of. Dead Space will be done in a few days, and that was what made me think, well, maybe I need to do a couple Flash games or something. Let's give these guys something to watch. And so that's why I'm done Spewer now, is because Dead Space is going to be ending pretty soon. Here we are, we beat Chapter 3. And you can get a good look at this guy now, this scientist figure who's watching us. We don't really know who he is yet, but he's still being experimented on. And we get another medal. Rocket sauce. Awesome sauce. Anyway. What the heck was I talking about? Yeah, Dead Space is almost done. And that game ends really well. I like the ending on it. Pretty nice boss fight at the end. I've always enjoyed it. Anyway, this is the black puke, and this stuff is pretty cool. It's essentially like, it just sticks to walls. It's like the glue of puke. You can stick it to the ceiling and to the walls and use it as platforms. It's pretty tough. It sticks to itself and to any surface. So you can do some pretty interesting things with it, and I think that this level demonstrates that. Now I do end up wasting a bit of time here because you do have to spray a bit of puke into this area so that you can swim across it, but you don't have to go suck it up all again like I did, so you don't really have to do what I'm about to do and sit and wait. Because what happens actually later on is that block down there that all the puke is sitting on, that I'm standing on now, actually disappears, and all the puke will like run down to where you are, and you can suck it up down there rather than waiting for it here. But it really doesn't matter one or the other. It takes about the same amount of time. I just did it a little too soon, so it ended up taking a bit longer. Anyway, yeah, so I'm really excited about playing Oblivion this summer. I'm gonna put up a video in a couple days about asking you guys some questions about how exactly you want me to play the game, because honestly, the way that I normally play the game, I have a lot of cheats turned on and that sort of thing. I take advantage of some glitches, and I don't know if you guys would want to watch an LP with that or not, but anyway, I'll be making another video where you guys can let me know what you think about that. That vomit. It's delicious, isn't it? Alright, so this is the level where you really have to sort of show your skills in terms of using the Mighty Putty, the black goo. And essentially, you can make platforms without going to sleep. Seriously, you're trying to put yourself to sleep like every 5 minutes now? I'm plugged in. Why are you going to sleep when I've got you plugged in? You shouldn't be on power saver mode right now. Anyway, you spray in front of yourself on the ground, and then basically you can build these platforms. And you see what I'm doing here is I'm actually holding down the up key, or the W key, because it keeps you from sinking into the black goo, which you can go right through if you're not careful. Anyway, that's all for this video, so I'll see you guys next time on Let's Play Spewer.